Well, folks, Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow, he likes to come out every couple weeks or so and just remind everybody that, yep, he's still not quite in the same reality as the rest of us, I think is the nicest way to say it. But this week, Mike Lindell accidentally claimed that Donald Trump could be committing fraud in the 2024 election. And Lindell, ironically, did this while talking about how awesome Trump is going to perform in the 2024 election because of the indictments against him. Here's what Mike Lindell had to say about what's going to happen in 2024 with Donald Trump. And you know, that's not how you say that. You don't say and I and you. I mean, my God, dude. Okay, Jesus. It's so hard to read quotes sometimes from people who can't, put a whole thought together. Jesus. All right. And I and you know, if they keep indicting our real president, Donald Trump, he'll have more votes than we have people in the United States. It'll be like Pennsylvania that has more votes than voters. Every time they attack him, his numbers go up. You just implicated Donald Trump in a potential fraud scheme, a fraud scheme that obviously has not come to fruition because we have not had the 2024 election. But in order for Donald Trump to get more votes than there are voters in the country, there would have to be massive fraud, which I thought Mike Lindell was totally against. Isn't that your whole thing now? Not just pillows, but voter fraud too. But here you're saying that Trump's going to get more voters than voters. What? I know you're using hyperbole to try to show us how well he's going to do in the 2024 election, but you did it in a way that indicates that you think he's going to pull off a massive fraud against the government of the United States, which ironically he's actually been indicted for. So, weird way to say it, especially if you're supposed to be the voter fraud identifier. Don't try to act like we're going to have more votes than voters, because that kind of runs afoul of your whole gig now. But it also runs afoul of reality, as per usual. What we're seeing right now is that all of the polls show us that Lindell is half right. Donald Trump's support is increasing. But there's a very important asterisk next to that statement. Donald Trump's support is increasing, and the rest of the sentence is, among Republican voters. Not among all voters. Not among independent voters, not among the no party affiliation voters, the ones who will actually be determining the outcome of the 2024 election. Trump's standing with those people has not gone up at all. Even before the indictments, it hadn't gone up. And that's what these Republicans, because Lauren Boebert's made a similar claim. Marjorie Taylor Greene may have. I haven't paid attention to some of the crazy stuff she said recently. But they all seem to say the same thing, Trump's poll numbers are going through the roof. And they're only going through the roof when you're looking at that microcosm of the country. The Republican Party, self-identified Republican voters, are 25% of registered voters here in the United States. So 25% of the population. Only 40% of Republican voters identify as MAGA Republicans, so Trump supporters. So Trump only has 40% of the support overall, in terms of who identifies as what, of 25% of registered voters. So we're talking about 10.5%. Yes, I did the math the other day because I'm a loser. 10.5% of the Republican Party that are diehard Trump supporters. And that's great when you're trying to win a primary. You can easily win a primary with those numbers. What you can't do is win a general election with those numbers. Majority of voters support the indictments against Donald Trump that came out last Thursday. Majority of voters believe that Donald Trump committed a crime. Majority of Republican voters believe that if he is convicted, he should be disqualified from holding office. Those poll numbers do not bode well for Donald Trump. Not to mention last week, right, we had the poll from the New York Times showing Biden and Trump are neck and neck at 43%. No other polls come out to support that. That poll, as of right now, until we get more poll, is an outlier. So I don't believe it. I didn't believe it when it came out, but it's ridiculous to think that Trump's standing with independent voters has increased because of these indictments. They're not buying his talking points that it's a political persecution. They're not buying his, oh, give me sympathy and give me money. Most people disagree with all of that. And those are the poll numbers that people like Mike Lindell want you to not pay attention to, because those are the ones that do show that these indictments are hurting him. He can win the primary easily, but he doesn't stand a chance in a general election. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.